Hi everyone, how are you doing, guys?
Hello, hello, and nice to see you, Flaviu.
Nice to see you, Angela. Let's see where are you joining from. We want to see some flags in the chat. See. Okay, hello. Oh, Anna, hello. Hi everyone. Cool. So today we have a special workshop. We have the one and only workshop for the OGs, known as the packaging workshop, basically. We had this each and every year. And yeah, we updated it. We want to share the knowledge with you. We know how important the trailer is and the thumbnail and the whole package of your project. And we want to help you out. To give you some like context, who am I? So I basically manage all of the channels, like Deepu and Aiming channel for like 3 years. And right now we also have one more editor that joined the team, which is Thomas. Hi, Thomas, if you see us here. And yeah, so I did the video part for Emin. I'm also doing that one right now. And yeah, Angela, if you, I mean, people know you already, I think, but you can also introduce yourself too.
Yes, sounds good. So I'm going to talk about my journey at the end, but basically, I am a former XRCC participant turned community program manager now at Immersive Insiders, and I've had the great pleasure of working with Flavio and also Thomas, who we mentioned now joins on the video team as well. And I'm so excited to talk about the possibilities of your packaging because it is 25%, which is the highest like weighting score out of all of the other categories. So it is extremely important. And video just really has a way of portraying the problem, the emotions, what your project actually does. I mean, you can even think to the countdown video, which was done by Thomas. It was such a good job, and it just gives you such hype. So video has such a high importance, and we're really excited to present this to you today.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so XRCC trailer workshop. Um, this is the agenda for today. We basically have 6 important points, I would say. In the first point will be why packaging matters. Then we will talk about what a great trailer means, and we will deconstruct it a bit. Then we will see a couple of common mistakes. We will give you some tools and quick mention plus some tips. Then we have some packaging pillars, and then Angela will tell us her journey at XRCC, basically. So yeah, let's start with why packaging matters. Why I say that packaging is super important, and I want you to see why is that. And for that, I will ask you, how do you choose what movies you watch? I will personally respond to this. So what I do when I actually want to find a good movie or something like that, first of all, I do some research beforehand. And right now I also use all of these AI tools to do some research, but also like I receive some suggestions from the AI. For example, AI gives me like 3 best movies from a category, but then I go and watch the thumbnail and the trailer of that movie, basically. That's how I choose it. And I want to hear your thoughts, Angela. Like, how do you choose your movies that you watch, basically?
Yeah, so it kind of depends on my mood. You know, sometimes I maybe want something like really thriller. I just need to like transport myself away from normal life. So I want like a sci-fi or yeah, something exciting. And definitely the trailer makes a huge impact because if I feel something, if I feel excitement or some kind of emotion when I'm watching the trailer, then I know that I'm going to get that same excitement when I watch the actual movie. Or let's say, for example, I'm yeah, looking for like a lovey-dovey, you know, or a slightly comedy movie. If I'm laughing a little bit, or if I have this sensation watching the trailer that like, oh, that's so cute, then of course I'm gonna want to watch the movie. Sometimes I do go based off friend recommendations. So, you know, if a friend tells me like this movie is absolutely amazing, you should watch it, and then I watch the trailer and the trailer's a little bit crap, I'll still probably go for my friend recommendation, but I will be skeptical. Okay, so it definitely sets the tone for how I feel when I go into the movie theater or download it or whatever and watch it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, recommendations are super, super important when you want to watch something. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. But I mean, the same thing applies to not only the movies, but your next XR project you will try basically. Because if you want to try, like, I mean, in the background you can see Beat Saber. I think it's known by everyone in the industry. But yeah, I mean, if you want to try a project, I think the trailer it's super important because I mean, how do you define what's a good project or what's a good app? You need to definitely watch to see, okay, so is this like good to try on or not, basically. So yeah, I would say here for me personally, the same principles are applied basically. What about you, Angela? Like, do you have any other things that you are doing before, I don't know, trying a specific app, project, game, or something like that, or is the same like with the movies?
Yeah, I would say actually there are a lot of overlaps with the movies, or I think just in general, even if you want to buy a random product, clothing or technology or something, you're probably going to look at the photos. You're probably going to, do a bit of research, let's say, and the trailer for an XR project is exactly that research that you're doing, that marketing communication, like showing people what is this? Because if I see a trailer for a game and everything looks low quality and super shaky and the characters like talk funny and they look really wonky, then I of course I'm going to be skeptical. I'm going to say what the heck is this game? Why would I spend money on it? Why would I spend time on it? So the trailer for this also completely makes a difference.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Cool. So, what does this mean? This means that the trailer, the thumbnail, basically the image and the video are like super, super duper important. And yeah, I also highlighted here that maybe you have a super good app or a super good project that you built. I mean, you spend a ton of time doing that, but if you don't like package it in quotes properly, if you don't like show it, and if you don't show the benefits, if you don't show it how amazing that is, no one will say it for what it's worth. I mean, no one will actually want to try your experience if you don't show all of the benefits, all of the good stuff. And you will see like Angela in the end will actually deconstruct her trailer that she did, and you will see like how important that is to actually emphasize all of the features and all of these like little like tiny things that you maybe don't actually observe at the first hand, but then if you go like deep into the trailer and analyze it, you will then observe this like super super fast. So yeah, if you don't package it properly, no one will see it for what it's worth. So the trailer, we can say that the trailer, and not only the trailer, but also the thumbnail can really make or break your final project experience or whatever is it. Um, Here we have some cool examples from people that attended XRCC like last year's and XR Design Challenge. For those who know, for example, we have Grace Park with her app, which was like amazing, and she actually shared on LinkedIn the trailer, and she got like a ton of reactions, impressions, and also Tejas. I mean, you guys know Tejas. Also, Lisa with Duolingo. So yeah, what I want to say with that is that you need to actually create something super nice and then also share it with your audience, because you can't imagine like how many opportunities can come from just sharing your work, and not only the trailer but also, Angela, maybe you can tell them a bit regarding the work in progress thing basically that they can share.
Yeah, so we're talking so much in this workshop, obviously, about the trailer. It's called the trailer workshop, but it does go hand in hand with the overall packaging. So, packaging means, like Flaviu said, also the thumbnail, also the presentation of the description, the overall feel that you're getting from your project. The audience needs to know do I invest time in this project or not? And something as a little bonus you can do, I mean, these are the actual trailers being shared on social media, which you should absolutely do as well. But you can even create video clips in advance. This is something I mentioned in my project management and marketing workshop, where you can take little snippets even now, today or tomorrow, in these next days leading up to your final submission trailer. You can just share little progress updates, little snippets of what's going on in your experience, what's going on with your project. Absolutely anything. Sharing on socials is so beneficial because you can just see the results right here. Like this is crazy reactions. People are also using the tagging function and tagging like literally anyone who's relevant in the community. So this just amplifies everything that you're doing. It's such a great opportunity to get some noise, get some traction, get some excitement. And when you do release the final trailer, then everyone's just going to be so pumped.
Yeah, definitely. And for this one, I actually have some props. So there's one guy called Austin Kleon, and there's one book which is called Show Your Work. So guys, like show your progress, your working progress, like show your work, show what you are doing in this hackathon. Don't be like scared of showing, okay, so maybe this is not finished yet, so I don't want to put it online or something like that. For sure, like also share your final trailer basically, because this is your most amazing piece of content that you will build. But also show your progress. I mean, like maybe you have built one feature inside your app, just show it, like show the process, show how you are like working as a team, like how you are communicating, show all of these nights where you just stay with your team till like 1 a.m. or something like that, and you just like work on your project and you say, okay, so this is a never-ending thing, we can't like finish it or something like that. Show all of the ups, all of the downs basically, because I think like right now the one thing that matters, it's authenticity. Like with all of this AI created content and generated content, authenticity is the one thing that sets you apart from the mass, I would say. So yeah, again, show your work, put it online, and yeah, as a little thing, you can also tag us.
Yes, definitely tag us, because not only are you going to show off your progress, but you're going to be better at editing as well. So if you share work in progress throughout, you'll build that muscle of editing your videos. And by the time you do create your trailer, it's probably going to be a little bit better. And we want to see all of it. Like we literally want to see every step of the way. So please tag us. We'd be really happy to interact through the Immersive Insiders account and reshare the top projects as well.
I think, Angela, for your workshop was one magic word, which was the portal. Like, go to portal. If you need something, go to portal. For this workshop, the magic word will be show your work, maybe. The magic sentence, I would say, show your work. So yeah, definitely tag us. I will go a bit and explain the anatomy of a great trailer. Because yeah, we discussed about, okay, you need to have a great trailer, you need to like post something, you need to include this or that, but we didn't deconstruct a good trailer and we didn't show you what does this mean. So let me go and show this to you. First, keep this in mind because you will need this in the future, in the like video space, in the media space. When you will talk with, I don't know, with a videographer, or when you talk with your team, it's super nice to use all of these terms that are like acronyms, or how can I call them? But these are super well-known words in the video space. So for example, A-roll, oh, by the way, hi Ashray. A-roll tells the story. So it's the video that you recorded, basically. The A-roll tells the story, and then the B-roll comes on top of the A-roll, which shows the story. For example, Ashray is talking about a baseball match. And then in order to make it more interactive, in order to make it more like dynamic, we just show Ashray as like him talking, and then we put like baseball B-roll on top of it. So we make it more dynamic. As I said, keep this in mind for some future things because you will need that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. If you only have one or the other for such a long time, it's just one shot of somebody talking, talking, talking. That gets a little bit boring. Or if it's
Yeah.
just in the game perspective, it gets a little bit boring. So it is nice to mix it up with the A and B roll.
Yeah. I have a section here because we had, I think last year or 2 years ago, at the in-person workshop, we had someone that told me, okay, Flavio, but when you are comparing two trailers, because right now I want to show you like a comparison between first version and second version. And at the in-person workshop in Berlin, we actually had one person that told me that you didn't compare apples with apples. You compared apples with pineapples or something like that, because I showed one trailer that was like low budget and one trailer that was like super high budget with, I don't know, like 10K budget or something like that. And yeah, we have one saying at Amin, you need to be better than yesterday, like BTY. And I wanted to BTY this thing. And right now, I want to compare apples with apples. I don't compare apples with pineapples anymore. So in the left side, I actually want to show you the first version, which is like one version that it's raw, like without any effects added, or maybe a couple of transitions, some simple static shots. And in the second version, we will have some like sound effects, scene changes, like you will see. But let's see the first version first, and let me hear your thoughts. I mean, it was okayish. I would say it was like a decent trailer. It's better than the square one. Don't get me wrong. It's
True,
better
true.
than this like square thing that like a ton of people use. So it's not the worst. It's not the best, but yeah, it's okayish.
I would
But
say
right
it's
now,
good as like a work in progress. For me, that seems more
yeah,
like a work in progress.
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's super good to post this on socials, on LinkedIn, to
Yeah.
just tell people, okay, so this is the, I don't know, second iteration that we did, but it's not the final one. Let's go and see the second version. So you probably saw that this version has 51 seconds, and the second version has 28 seconds. Don't talk anymore. I will just like let you watch it, and I want to hear your thoughts regarding this. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, this was the second version. What do you think about it? I mean, it was better, it was not better. I want to hear your thoughts regarding this.
Yes, feel
Let's,
free to write in the chat as well. Of course, I have my own opinions, but you know, I will just for you guys to write in the chat.
yeah, let's see. Yeah, I mean, you could probably see that the second version, it was like, in my opinion, it had like a ton of like scene changing, the changes that it was like a lot better. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'm subjective and not objective.
No,
That's
I'm
why.
pretty sure it's better. Pretty sure it's better.
I mean, yeah, let's hear your thoughts. But yeah, you could probably see that in the first version we had one not static shot, because it was like one POV shot, but without any scene change or something like that. It was pretty boring in my opinion. The song was pretty funny, but yeah, I mean, it was not like the second version. I love the camera movement in the second one. Yeah, definitely better. Yeah, I mean, you know, so we actually did, because as I said last year, a lot of people said that, okay, so we don't have like a high budget to produce all of these trailers, but I edited the second version in like 2 hours, I would say. So you definitely have time to do something like that. Second is better, very engaging and less boring. Yeah, definitely, I agree. Second one is better. Yeah, cool. Super good. Okay. So right now, maybe I convinced you that the trailer is super important because if you have the first one, the first version, people will say that is boring. I mean, you saw the chat. So yeah, let's go and see which project are you more excited to try. I mean, I think you already answered to that thing because you said that the first one is boring. So yeah, I want to emphasize some points regarding what a good trailer has. So, so the first point is like a good trailer has moderate length, and also for this hackathon, Angela, if I'm not wrong, the maximum trailer duration is 60 seconds that the people can submit.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I know it's a challenge. I know what you're thinking. How do I fit all this into just 60 seconds? That feels like nothing. But I promise you, you can do it. The changes need to go quick. Things need to be really eye-catching and fast and, you know, captivating. But you can absolutely communicate so much in 60 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you saw in the trailer that I showed you that the first one had 51 seconds and the second one had like 28 or something seconds. And also, like, I will correlate this with the second point that I will tell you. You only need to showcase like key content. Don't showcase all of the things that you recorded because maybe they are not super good. And to give you some reference for this Fruit Ninja, VR Fruit Ninja trailer that I edited, we actually had a ton of raw footage recorded. I think we had 35 minutes or 40 minutes of raw footage, which is like mind blowing. I mean, you just need to trim all of the things that like don't make sense and just like keep the, I will reference to Hormozy right now, keep the meat, keep what it's the best of the best of the best, and remove the unnecessary parts. Yeah, also the third point, I mean, crisp audio quality. Audio is equally important as video. So basically, I can say, like, if you are asking me, okay, what's more important, the audio or the video? Like both. I can't. If you want to ask that, I can respond to that question because both are equally important. Yeah, again, you saw in the second trailer that it had some smooth camera movement and some like some good framing. We had a ton of creative shots, a ton of B-rolls. You saw the cannon, you saw the fruits like in the air, you saw the wide shot and the top shot with like the scene and all of the fruits and like the ninja slashing the fruits. Only necessary voiceover. I mean, if you want to have it, that's good. If not, you can just like don't add it basically. Yeah, let me go here. Engaging story. We portrayed a story of a ninja in VR. Coherent theme and soundtrack. I mean, right now I will give you like one tip here, even if you are not in the tip like part in the tip section. I will give you a tip regarding how to choose a good soundtrack. And right now you can do this thing super easy with Epidemic Sound. I mean, they integrated one thing that it's like AI lab or something like that, where you can just like explain what is your video about, and then the AI will automatically search for one song that suits your video, which is crazy. I mean, I spent a ton of time to search for a good song, and right now we are spending like a ton of time for some YouTube videos. But with this tool, I mean, we just cut the time in half. basically.
That's
Or
so
maybe not
cool.
in
I
half.
actually didn't even know about this. I'm learning something from you right now. This is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, you just go to Epidemic Sounds. They have like an AI laboratory, something like that. You just like paste the things. I don't know. I have an app that emphasizes VR, like Fruit Ninja thing, and you just explain the whole concept, and it will search for the song that matches your vibe, your style, your app, your game, whatever it is. Um, the last point, clean visuals. I mean, it's super important to have clean visuals, to have like a super clean environment that you show with your trailer, because if not, you don't want. I mean, you don't want to have chaos in your shot, basically.
Yeah, and people are
Um,
gonna assume that your experience, your actual project is also low quality if they just see a bunch of low quality shots.
yeah, definitely. I mean, also for this hackathon, as I said, the trailer can like give you a ton of opportunities from, I don't know, like big companies. I mean, guys, look at this, all of these companies that sponsored this event. These are super huge and big companies. You can see all of these companies like below. Like, just imagine the opportunities that you have if you just share a super good polished trailer on LinkedIn, and then maybe you tag some of these people and they see, okay, so these guys built a super nice trailer. This means that they know what they are doing. So let me get in contact with them and let's maybe do some business. Who knows? But yeah, one super important thing, it's you need to have a super good hook. I mean, I don't know if I should like repeat that, but if you go on like TikTok, Instagram, you name it, YouTube, you name the platform, and just scroll, the first 3 4 seconds are super important. I hate to say it, but nowadays we have the attention span of a goldfish. I hate to admit it, but it's the same for me too. I mean, I
I
see it
mean,
because if
yeah,
I,
not gonna lie, but if it's not good, I'm scrolling on.
yeah, I mean, I'm a human. I hate to admit it, but it is what it is. What can I do about it? But yeah, it's super important to have a good hook. I mean, it's super important. So yeah, just I would say that for the beginning part, just take your time and spend 60% of your total time working on the trailer on the first 4 seconds. I can say that. I mean, spend 60% of your total allocated time for the first seconds. Because also for you will share this, as I said, on LinkedIn, on all of these platforms, and you need to have a super engaging like hook. Cool. The thumbnail. Angela, maybe you can tell them a bit regarding what are the two most important things that people will see when they will scroll in the project like page.
Oh, yes, yes. So, not only the trailer, because you have to pretty much click the trailer to watch it, right? But what's going to determine if you even click it in the first place? It is the thumbnail. So, when you submit your project, you're going to be in a gallery of all the other projects. So, you're kind of, not to say you're not special, but you're listed there just like everybody else, okay? So, the only thing that's going to make you stick out is this thumbnail. So, it really does matter.
Yeah, I mean, it means a ton. And again, comparing apples with apples again, before and after. Like before, you see the raw screenshot that we took from the video, and in the after photo, you can see that we added like I don't know, like a side shot with some like action, more action, and we also added like the VR Fruit Ninja, because also this one makes you like click on it because it's like about Fruit Ninja and this is VR. It's also, I don't know, like super catchy, I would say. But
Yeah, it
talking
makes
about
you makes you
catchy,
curious. Like, what do you mean
yeah,
VR Fruit Ninja? Like, what?
yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, talking about catchy and super good trailers, I prepared something for you. You have some AAA trailers that you can check out, and you can still like an artist. Share and still like an artist. It's
You
here.
got another book. Look at that.
No, it's the same one.
Oh, oh, well, that is a golden book then.
Yeah, it's the same one. So show your work, the props, and still like an artist is here basically. Scan the QR code, save it, add it to your favorite list, and you can definitely take things from all of these trailers that you are seeing here and implement to your trailer basically. And again, I'm not the one saying that. It's Austin with this amazing book, Show Your Work and Still Like an Artist basically. Cool. Let me go and show you some XRCC trailers too, because we also had some amazing trailers at XRCC in all of these years. And you can scan this QR code. Again, you can still like an artist. You can just take some features that, I don't know, Inkfunny or like other trailers had, basically. And also Water Me Hard. Who knows? Water Me Hard. I think Water Me Hard is the project that everybody knows, if I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
it got mentioned in at least 2 other live lectures from this year's XRCC, so it's definitely a famous one.
Yeah, I mean, also last year we had like one person when we started the packaging workshop, I think, saying that, okay, so I know Water Me Hard. We were like part of that team or something like that. So yeah, Water Me Hard is known by everyone, I think, right now. Cool. I want to do some analysis, deep dive analysis regarding the trailer from Racket Club. I know this one is a super high budget trailer, but you can apply the principles that they used into your trailer, basically. So let me play this thing. I will enable the sound also so you can hear it. Okay, so you can see that we have the setup here. Then we have some POV shots. Then we have the reaction here of the person. We have third-person shots also. So you see a combination on all of these things. They are playing. And also, again, the slow motion moment. So you had, like for the first part, for the 20 seconds, you had super fast-paced cuts. You had like the setup, the POV, the reaction, like all of this combined. And then the brave moment. So the slow motion plus environment, which actually slows down the video a bit. And then again, they show the environment. Again, as I said, they show the features, the score, multiplayer, so on and so on. They show all of the features. And then they show an epicness moment like here, basically. Look at that, which again slows the video a bit. So you had fast-paced shots, a slower moment, then again, fast-paced shots, and then the epicness moment, which slows the video basically like here. Let's go. I mean, even the transition is pretty crazy. It's super nice. Again, as I said, it's a high budget trailer, but you can apply all of these principles as you saw in the VR Fruit Ninja trailer and like do like apply all of these things for your trailer basically. Cool. So what can your low budget trailer look like? And how I want to show you this is by showing you past projects from XRCC. So I will show you 2 trailers from past XRCCs, and you will see what these guys built in like 3 days, because they were like at the in-person event from last year basically and from 2024. So you will see what you can achieve in like 3-4 days of a hackathon basically.
Well, nice. First plant? Yep. Don't forget, water it hard. Let's face it, caring for plants is really boring. So we've asked ourselves, how do we disrupt houseplants industry? Introducing plants that can speak.
Look who finally decided to grace me with their presence.
Give your plants personalities.
It's not like I need water or anything, right?
Interact with them.
If you're going to water me, at least make it interesting.
Give them some love, sometimes.
You think you could maybe remember to water me once in a while?
The more plants you have, the more drama you can experience.
I'm picking up some weird vibes from that new succulent you brought home last week.
Hey, I'm new. What's up?
Did you water your plants?
I think that's an OG.
Oh my gosh, this trailer is so funny. I love this project. So cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's crazy. Like also the name and all of the things are super good.
And I think it's a good example also of not only trailer, but just overall packaging, you know, so this goes in the theme of how do you present the entire thing? How does that work together with your project experience?
Yeah, definitely. So this was from 2024, but we also have something that is more recent, which is, let me just like show it to you.
Composing on paper is slow, restrictive, frustrating. What if composing felt different? That's where Inkphony, your spatial symphony canvas, comes into play. With the camera pass-through access on a Quest 3, you can now capture sounds from your surroundings. The unexpected becomes music. It's alive.
I just wanna be part of you.
Yeah, this is also a super nice one. I think they also have like a funny team or something like that. So also Inkphony and also Water Me Hard, they have like a funny name, a funny team, like all of these things combined. So yeah, I mean, guys, I show you, these are some low budget examples that you can also do. I mean, you can just take all of the principles that we discussed. You can apply all of these principles to your trailer. Make sure you maybe choose, I don't know, a catchy name. It doesn't need to be like funny or something like that. If it is, okay. If not, it's also good, but it needs to be maybe catchy. I don't know. Like you said, you saw here, Inkphony, like Water Me Hard, something that will like create a reaction, I would say. Cool. Now, common mistakes in VR trailers to avoid. So we have some mistakes that we saw over and over again, which is, first of all, only POV shots. We saw in the first VR Ninja trailer that using only POV shots will not help you in having the best trailer or something like that, or a good trailer. It looks flat and gets like super boring. Then we have the narrow field of view. Basically, a tight lens will make like the VR space look super like small. So go use like something wider, so the viewers can actually fill the entire space. Basically, shaky camera. Oh my god! So you don't want to have a shaky camera. I mean, you know, like that feeling of going into like a VR experience or like having like an app or something like that, that it's shaky like that. So you don't want to throw up or something like that, or make someone to do that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to scare people away from trying your project. If they think they're going to be lost inside, they're probably not going to want to, you know, open it up and try it.
Yeah, definitely. Again, weak or no audio, audio matters as much as the visuals in VR, AR, you name it. So without sound, like without a super good sound, even great footage looks bad. Cool. Now we have the section with tools and quick mentions. And quick mention, which is Live VR SDK, which is an MR like capture tool. The guys that created the trailer for like Racket Club, I think they used Live VR SDK. If I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it's a tool that lets you like capture all of these like super nice shots you can see in here, so you can create like amazing trailers basically. Okay, now you are probably saying, okay, but I'm building something with the glasses or something like that, and I don't know, how do I show all of the features? How do I do something like that? Guys, what you see here, it's like a prototype that was built. I don't know if it was Blender or After Effects, but it was built like with animations. So if you want to show your features from the glasses, and if you want to have like super high quality shots and super high quality animations, you can do that. You can definitely do that inside After Effects or Blender or any 3D software that you know out here. But you probably say again, these are some super high expensive, some super high budget like productions. We can't do something like that. We don't have time, so on and so on. I know all of the excuses, but I have something for you. This is something that I created in 30 minutes in After Effects. And you don't need to be like a genius or something like that. You just need to invest 30, 40 minutes to build something. This is just a prototype that I built. Maybe you want to do like an app that looks similar to what I did here or something like that. You can just create it and animate it inside After Effects. You can do it. Or maybe you don't have time to add all of the features that you want to. Maybe you want to start working on the trailer and you don't build that feature inside the app already, but you can like show it inside the trailer. You can you are not lying, because you will build that feature in the future, or you will build that feature when you show the app to the judges. But you can have it already inside the trailer, so you can start already working on it basically more and more and more. And talking about editing, talking about cutting things, if you want the free software, I know that I think last year or 2 years ago I recommended CapCut, but right now you can't do much in CapCut. I mean, you need to have a pro version. Angela can confirm. I see you are nodding. You are like,
yeah, it's
like
such a bummer because, you know, I also used CapCut in the fall because they still had a what do you call it, some paid features that were available, but you could still do cool stuff with the free version. But I went onto CapCut a couple weeks ago and I couldn't even cut a basic video now, so that is a bit disappointing. I mean, we love you, ByteDance, okay, so like no shade, but it is a little tough, you know, especially if you are low budget, you don't want to spend a lot of money, you just want to make simple edits. There are free tools available where you could still do that.
Yeah, and why I recommended DaVinci is because you also have the freedom to color grade. I mean, it's a super complex software that you get for free, basically. And yeah, for this hackathon, I wanted like everyone to have access to create a super nice trailer. And you can't say that, okay, I don't have the software to build that trailer, because you have it. I mean, you just download the software and you start cutting, because I mean, what you saw that I did regarding that VR Fruit Ninja trailer is just like cuts, B-roll on top, and having a split screen, which was pretty good already. So yeah, you don't need to stress with, I don't know what software to use to edit this app, to edit this trailer, to do it. You just use this thing, you just take this tutorial, basically, you can scan the QR code and you can start building that.
Totally not sponsored or something, by the way, but we're just trying to give you easy access to something.
Yeah, not sponsored. I mean, we would love maybe
Unless
to
you want to
work.
sponsor us, DaVinci, if you're looking at this.
Yeah, we would love to maybe work with DaVinci. We are not sponsored, but we recommend it because it's free. And yeah, it's not the easiest software to use. You can like learn it in like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. It's not like CapCut, because CapCut you can learn it in 4 or 5 minutes maybe. But yeah, it's good. So music as the foundation. I think I touched a bit regarding that part with music, with the track that sets the tone and the pace. And again, Epidemic Sound, go on this website. You have the AI integrated into that website where you can choose the song. You can like explain your whole scene and what you want to have. But scene structuring, what I mean by that, you saw in the VR Food Ninja trailer that I made like a ton of cuts on the beat. This is super nice because it sets like the tone, the vibe. You also saw in the Rocket Club trailer that they have like a fast-paced music song at the beginning. Then the song faded a bit away and it was like, I don't know, 70 beats per minute. And then again, it went up a bit. So right now with AI, you can do some crazy things. If you want to have a song that at the beginning has 120 beats per minute, then it slows down a bit to 80, for example. And then again, it has like a impact moment and it goes up again. So you can do something like that super easily with AI. Emotional impact, use music to evoke the desired emotional response. I mean, for sure, you don't want to add a sad song on a funny app, or you don't want to add like a funny song on like a super serious in quotes app for, I don't know, construction sites or something like that. You don't want to do something like that.
Although I do follow this guy on social media who makes like music videos that are completely not fitting the song whatsoever, and it is just hilarious. But yes, music is very important.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to build something serious or something that is good, if you want to just create funny memes or something like that, go wild. But for this specific hackathon, I think it's super important to just choose the music that evoke the desired emotional response, and it's like suited to what you build, basically. Selecting the best shots. I touched also this part. Focus on quality. I mean, don't choose everything. As I said, choose the coolest shots that stand out both in quality and content. Eliminate the shots that don't add value, like low frame rate. I also had, when I created the trailer, I also had some shots that were like low frame rate, and I said, okay, so we just remove all of these things, we just keep what is good. Even though, I mean, in those shots we had some features, but they looked super bad, and you can't like add a blurry shot or something like that, because it will ruin your whole work, basically, your whole trailer. What I say is try to maybe record it again, because one shot can maybe ruin your whole like work that you did. And yeah, re-record it. Maybe it takes 5 minutes to do it. Keep them organized. Here is a typo. Keep them organized. Organize shots based on their contribution to the narrative. So yeah, again, organizing the shots is super, super important. Again, I will reference to AI. There are some tools. You can do some folder structuring with AI. You can have B-roll shots. You can have A-roll shots. You can have images, text in different folders. So you are not like mixing everything and you don't know what is where and how to find a specific thing. So yeah, I would say organization is super, super important. Again, assembly. You set the scene first. And last year I gave an example of one movie. I mean, not one movie, but a general example of movies, of how they set up the scene. So for example, if you are like talking about a movie that the first scene happens in a restaurant, for example, they don't start in the restaurant. They start by showing you a bit of the outside of the restaurant, maybe a bit of the whole street where the restaurant is placed. They zoom in a bit into like that specific like front shot of the restaurant. Then they show a bit of the details, like the table, I don't know, maybe a hand that it's placed on a glass or something like that. And then they are moving into the subject. So start by showing the environment, set up the scene so the people know what we are talking about. In the VR Food Ninja trailer that I did, the setup scene was that we showed the ninja, we showed like where the scene happens, where the specific like action happens, and then we zoomed out like into details, basically. Again, arrange shots to create natural progression and adjust the timing to maintain viewer engagement. don't be boring, cut out what is not necessary. Again, another like magic word, cut out the fluff, cut out the unnecessary parts, basically.
Yeah, and plus you only have 60 seconds. There's really no time for fluff.
Yeah, I mean, you're totally right. Cool. So, assembly. Use close-ups and detail shot to focus on the key elements. You saw the cannon that I showed. Show how your features are used in your experience, basically how the sword is used in the VR Foot Ninja experience. I referenced this thing, how the racket is showed in the Racket Club trailer, or I don't know, you name it. How the phone is used, or you name the element. Sound effects. You can add sound effects to enhance your shots. You heard the cannon, how it like throws the fruits basically, and all of these like little things. Again, you can do this with AI super easily. Epidemic Sounds, I will reference it again. Guys, it's so easy right now with all of these tools that you have, because you can do an amazing trailer and you don't need to spend like hours and hours to just search for that one specific thing. AI does it for you. But use AI wisely. Use AI wisely. We don't want AI slop. We just want to use AI in our we want to use AI for specific things. For example, like choosing the song, choosing the sound effects, and all of these things. And then you have also the human perception, and you are saying, okay, this is good, this is bad. We are keeping this, we are adding this, or not. The bonus tip: watch the trailer with others to see if it's boring or not. Again, I asked for your opinion if the first trailer was good or the second trailer was better. So feedback is super duper important, I would say. Angela,
Yeah.
by the way, what can you tell us regarding this? I know that you will talk about your whole experience and the trailer that you built, but what you can tell us regarding the feedback and how you created the trailer? I mean, did you watch the trailer with others? Did you only watch the trailer like by yourself and that's it? Or how was the feedback process?
Yeah, no, we definitely have other people involved. So when we recorded this, especially you'll see in the last version of the trailer, there are other characters in the story, and I had to get those characters. I had to, find real people to be in the video. And of course, they were super curious what this video is going to be like. So I showed it to them afterwards. I saw how their faces were lighting up. You can tell a lot by people's reactions, even if they're the kind of people that are friends that would like lie to you. You can kind of see it on their face. They're like, oh, that's cool, then probably it's not that cool, right? But if their face lights up and if they watch the video and they go, ah, ha, 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 and it doesn't have to be humor. I know we talk sometimes about humor. It depends on your use case. It depends on what kind of project you're building. But the point is having a genuine reaction and having genuine emotion. You can tell a lot by people's reactions. And so we worked with some people that were like characters in the trailer, showed them, got feedback, and then also from the entire team, because it was definitely not just me working on this. I was in a team of 5 other really amazing people, and we got feedback from them. And then also we went to the roasting session, which is a nice bonus that Dinesh does. We took the video there, played it. Dinesh said, maybe you could make this and this change. And then we went and did it. And that was really helpful as well. So definitely just talk to people that maybe not only your friends because they might be nice to you, but people who will also be harsh to you. And just see, look at their faces, just see how they react.
Yeah, totally. I mean, any feedback is, why do you think all of these like big companies are asking you for feedback? Because feedback is super, super important. How you can improve what you already have if you don't see like an opinion from others, because you are maybe, as I said, subjective, and you don't like see your project as like an objective person. So that's why you need like another person to watch your trailer to see, okay, this is good, this is bad. You could maybe remove that. Right now, this part is boring, and then you can just update it and improve it basically. Again, you can use like branding, like you can use your logo at the beginning and or both, but make sure it's done like in a good taste. So don't add like, I don't know, the logo on the whole screen or something like that, or just make it like so it feels and it looks nice. You can add some text to convey some features, and again, animations when needed to draw attention basically on some points that maybe are boring or something like that. And if you want, you can use our logo to place it on your videos basically, and we will definitely make sure to repost the top videos that have this logo. So take your phone, scan the QR code, like XR Creator Con, you just like scan it basically, and yeah, you can use our logo, and yeah, like again, show your work, like share it on socials, put the XRCC logo on top so you can also connect with others that are like in this hackathon, and yeah, share like an artist, share your work, and what I can say, let's see. Cinematic footage. Right now you are probably asking, okay, so I saw all of these shots that are like super smooth, super nice, like with a nice camera, so on and so on. But how do we do all of these things? I'm the person that edits. I'm not the person that records the videos inside Unity, but I want to share with you a tutorial that helps you to do that. Unity plus DaVinci, basically. You can scan the QR code, and in this tutorial, you will see how to have like basically cinematic footage, like footage that it's not shaky, footage that it's like, I would say footage that is like in a movie. So with all of this like camera shots, pans, I don't know, like tilt up, tilt down, zoom ins, and all of these things basically. Recording good footage in VR. Angela, what do you say about the square footage? Because here we show people how to like not record square. So I can't stress enough of like, just please make your footage like 1920 by 1080, like this format basically.
Yeah, you have some prime real estate. Just imagine the experience and the insight that our judges have and the whole community. You're getting the best people in the industry to look at your project. Again, they're going to be looking at your packaging, specifically your trailer, to understand what kind of project you're building. And then you use like this much of the screen when you actually have this much. It's just a lost opportunity, and it makes us a little bit sad. So try to use the whole screen.
Yeah. It's also in your advantage. I mean, you can just place a ton of things on the like 1920 by 1080 screen, basically on the full width, and I mean, just use it. It looks nicer. You can post it on YouTube. You can post it on all of the platforms, and it looks nicer, basically. And again, if you want to convert it for social media, I know for Instagram, you want to make it like vertical, you can do that from the like full width version. But if you have like this tiny thing, you can't convert it into like this big thing, like into this like 1920 by 1080 thing. Cool. Yeah, not smooth versus smooth recording. I mean, look in the left side, how the experience is, and just look in the right side, like how smooth the camera moves, and like how the overall shot looks, basically. So to say it super simple, do less of the left, do more of the right. Hicksville Mansion. I mentioned a ton in this workshop about like AI and how you can use AI. I was impressed that nowadays you can create like cinematic shots with AI. And I mean, Angela will also tell you a bit regarding the shots that she used for her trailer. But I want to tell you that right now you can create not AI slop that looks super good with Hicksville. Because since we are talking a lot about AI, and nowadays like everyone is talking about AI, this is a paid tool. So it's not a must or something like that. If you have the budget and if you want to use it, you can go and use it. You have a ton of things that you can use on this platform. And actually, I will show you in the next couple of seconds a trailer. This is not a trailer for an app or something like that, but you can just imagine what you can do with all of the things that are integrated into Higgsfield if I show you this. So I just want to spark up some little like bulbs, like some little like light in your brain to see, okay, what's possible with AI. And I will show you next a trailer that was entirely built with Higgsfield. I didn't build it. It was built by, I think, some guys that work at Higgsfield. But yeah, let me go and show this to you, basically.
Battle machines, 50 states, 50 steel killers, 1 survivor. The prize, $15 million in cold hard cash and total dominance.
You expect to take down those iron monsters in this?
Child Protective Services took my boy because I was broke. I'm scared to death, but this tournament is the only way I can win him back. You underestimate the power of American mom.
She is becoming dangerous to our plans.
I think we gotta find her son.
I will fight, even if I have to defy nature itself. Because my son is waiting for me. Because I am an American mother.
I mean, you saw what's possible with only AI shots. I'm not saying that you need to use only AI shots or something like that, but I mean, you saw what you can do with, I think it's Cinema Studio Cam or something like that. It's called inside Higgsfield. You don't have a ton of credits with a free account. That's why I said that this is a paid tool. If you want, you can use it, but it's pretty, I mean, it's insane in my opinion.
So good, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine, I showed you like a trailer of a movie that is like more oriented to like games trailers or something like that, but you can definitely think of how you can use that for creating an app on a, like you don't need to go on a construction site or something like that to record like the workers like just work there, and you can just like create some AI footage that looks super real, and on top you place the UI of your app. This is just one example that you can do basically.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's so many use cases for XRCC this round, you know? Yeah, exactly. Construction site is a great example, or yeah, kill the manual, the virtual sales. I mean, so many of these cases, perhaps, of course, it's nice to, you know, try to go out and record real footage, but, you know, if you can't, or if something is quite complex and you really want to convey this storyline, your problem and solution that the project is actually solving, this is such a great way to get that effect.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't need to, I don't know, rent a new apartment to just like film a trailer and to film a couch or something like that. Or you don't need to just like go somewhere to just film some pipes or something like that. You can just generate that footage that looks super real. And yeah, again, it saves you hours if it doesn't look like an AI slop. But you saw that that trailer of the movie that you can do like great and amazing things with AI. Now, 9 packaging pillars. So this is, I think, my last section. And I want to talk a bit about regarding the pillars for packaging. First pillar would be having a catchy name. As I mentioned it, again, Water Me Hard, Inkfunny, like there are like a ton of cool names that you can come up with. Again, you can use all of these AI softwares to generate a cool name, but use your tone of voice, use all of the things, all of the inputs from yourself, because AI works super good if you give it like inputs, if you give it like context, and don't like just try to give me a good title or something like that, because you will receive super bad titles. I mean, just give it like examples of what good means, what bad means, and then you can just generate a ton of things. In-depth section, instructions if needed, team members and roles, thumbnails that stands out. I mean, Angela told you, because for also this hackathon, on the page where you have all of the projects, you will see the thumbnail, and then if you click, the thumbnail, the name, and if you click on that, you will see the trailer. So thumbnail is also super duper important. Pictures from your project if you want. The 8-point, like we talked about this ringathon, the trailer, a team communicated the essence of the project, the nine pillars of packaging.
Yes, and all of these are really important. I mean, we have really emphasized the trailer, but when you see all of the projects, you click on a thumbnail that you like, and then you have the trailer there and all of the responses, this whole description. So also the way that you write your descriptions also has storytelling impact. So try to put some effort in that as well, because it's really nice for the audience to see.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Now, Angela, I will say the stage is yours. Tips from a hackathon winner. We want to hear like what was good, what was bad. How can all of this, like participants can use all of the knowledge that you accumulated in the hackathon. And this is I think your section.
Awesome. So the way I started, maybe you heard a little bit from the keynote or some of my other lectures, but I came into this space not really knowing much at all, new to XR. Also, I hadn't even edited a video for like 10 years or something like that. So I just said, you know what? I want to go to this hackathon. An XR hackathon sounds super cool. And I didn't want to go alone. So I brought my buddy Daniel, who's wearing the other green shirt. And I said, hey, you're a Unity developer. Do you want to come with me? And then we came to the venue. It was 5 days total in person, so really not a lot of time. We met all these other amazing people, including Avinash and Daniel and Banujan, who were a great team. And by the way, you might actually recognize Daniel and Daniel. They're both named Daniel. They're both mentors at this year's XRCC. So this start really brought us far, and we learned so much. So the journey basically looked like this. I joined for the very first time as a participant in June. Again, that was 5 days total. And I learned a lot, and I got to see the other trailers, the other winning projects. And I thought, okay, I know exactly what I need to do next time to make it much, much better. So in early November, well, actually, technically the fall version started at the end of October. Our team got a little while to assemble, and then we started early November. We had a little over 2 weeks to actually build everything in the project. So you see me there like, and then we got into the finals actually, and that was super cool. So we had another 5 days to work together, and you can see all the teammates there. There's Yusuf, myself, Yawen, Ricardo, Sarah, and Suvi. Such an amazing team. I think Suvi is participating again this year, and I believe perhaps also Yawen and Sarah as well. So yeah, you're gonna make friends here, by the way. But anyways, next slide. So then after we submitted the finalist round, so again, that was like 5 days of work, we waited a little bit for the judging period. Of course, you're gonna be waiting very nervously till you figure out who's the winner and who's not. But we had the award ceremony live stream, and that's when we found out that our project, Zero Downtime, won the best trailer. So I just want to share this whole learning process that I've experienced with you guys, and you can take whatever is relevant for you. Of course, you're going to have different use cases than me. You're going to have a different experience. You know, we were using the Meta Quest for both of these projects. Perhaps you're using other devices or, you know, whatever else. Like, just take whatever is relevant. So let's go ahead and start with June. Again, that was 5 days in person. I do have to say, the first day was just workshops. So we had kind of 4 days to actually do the building, but the last day was just a half day because we had to submit kind of like midday, and then we had judging and then like awards and everything. So we literally had 3.5 days to do all this stuff that you're seeing. We did not have a win, our team. We were Team Dent XR. We didn't have a win, but again, we learned so much. I mean, as you saw, Daniel and Daniel are now mentors. You know, I'm back. Avinash is participating again. So even if you don't win, you can bring so much with you on the continued journey. So let's dive in.
This is Gertrude. Oh, where am I going to find a tooth? And she's a second-year dental student.
Hey, we want something.
Who are you?
You're looking for stuff?
You have a tooth?
No. I got some typodonts.
Typodonts? How am I ever supposed to practice?
Ooh, I'm a genie and I'm here to grant you a wish.
I just wish I had a solution.
Simulate precise dental drilling with haptic feedback, color-coded caries removal, and instant graded assessments using a Logitech MX Ink for realistic control. Dental students struggle to practice drilling safely and get real-time feedback. Our simulator lets students drill virtually, track precision, and get instant graded feedback. Ditch the plastic, drill smarter with Dent XR.
Cool. I hope you enjoyed that. So, you got the outside scenery, the actual human point of view. We went into the nearby park to record this. We have like our typodont dealer because, this dental student was like looking for some teeth to practice on. And, she gets frustrated because it's expensive. And, the little genie character grants her the wish. She says, oh, I just wish it could be easier. And then boom, you have the headset point of view. You're in the game then, or not the game, but you're in the experience, you're in the project, and you have the simulation. So it is a clear problem solution fit. You know exactly what to use, how to do it. You can imagine how it feels. So I think overall this trailer did a pretty good job. I mean, again, considering the time, you have the external human point of view again, and then closing with the logo. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and dive into a little bit of the good versus the bad. So the good, kind of taking a lot of the advice that Flaviu mentioned, some of these best practices, I would say the good is the creative shots. So, you have some close up, some far away, person wearing the headset, in the headset point of view, and you get to see the actual product features. I think that's really good. An engaging story. So the important point that we mentioned before is that you feel a little bit of something. Again, it doesn't always have to be humorous. I mean, we chose a little bit of a humorous aspect to this. That's just because we were in person and we knew that we would sit there all together in the same room and watch the videos together. So I don't know, somehow I thought it would be nice to have the room kind of erupting in laughter or something, right? But, you might have a project that's very serious, but the point is have some kind of emotion. It was very clear that this dental student is frustrated. She needs to practice, and then she finds the solution. So there is somewhat of a storyline there, a problem solution, which goes into the next point. Problem solution, dental students struggle, Dentar makes it easy. It needs to be that simple. Problem solution. Also, the product features, because at the end of the day, the trailer is there to really support your project, okay? It's great if, you have cool characters and cool editing and cool shots and all this stuff, but if you're not portraying the actual project, of course, that's going to be a little bit of an issue because you're here for the hackathon, you're here to be building the project, and your packaging should support the project. So show a little bit of these features. For us, we were using this Logitech MX Ink pen. It had haptic feedback, it had color coding, graded assessments, so it was very clear what the project actually provides.
I will add something here, Angela, for people that maybe this thing will help them a ton because when you think about your idea, you emphasize it super nice, like dental students struggle, DentXR make it easy. I will reference again to Alex Hormozy. You can go and search for the value equation, like what's the value that you are like offering with the project that you build. It has like something like dream outcome. Let's say you just want to help like construction workers to, I don't know, see the pipes like easier, faster without like, I don't know, drilling a hole or something like that. So you need to think like, what's the value that the project that you are building gives to people, basically. And you have a simple equation, search it on Google, like it's called value equation again, and just like try to fill in the gaps of that value equation and see, okay, is this app useful? Like, how do I help people with this app, basically?
Yeah, definitely. and a couple other good things. So in general, the audio, wasn't bad. We had a bit of music, we had a bit of voiceover, so I think that's a good combo. It was full screen again, not just using part of the screen, no square shots, but we were utilizing that full real estate that we have. It was fairly stable, so maybe could have been a little more stable. I don't know, but it wasn't like crazy shaking around or anything. And it was very clear what the project name was. We clearly stated out Dent XR, so you remember that. And then, of course, the bad, right? Because you can always roast yourself a little bit. We had such a short time frame, so there were so many other things that we would have loved to have implemented that we just didn't have the time for. For example, we didn't have so much of the in-game point of view variety, in the headset. We like you kind of saw the screens and we picked up the model, but it could have been interesting to have an angle over here, an angle over there, maybe a bit more close up, maybe a bit further away. So we could have played around with that a little bit better. The lighting. So when I'm referring to that beginning scene where we were going out in the park, which by the way, this park is known for drug dealing. So we were trying to make a little bit of humorous story, with the typodont dealer. It was getting late at night. So when we started filming, the sky was kind of bright, and then we kept, because Flaviu talked about cutting out the irrelevant scenes. You're going to have a lot of takes where you're just not getting the cut that you want, and you have to redo it over and over again. Sometimes that happens. And it was getting progressively later and later. So, the lighting could have been a little better. Maybe that's something we could have fixed with, After Effects or something like that, which, we didn't really have the time for. We talked about having a crisp video, crisp footage. So that could have been improved a little bit. Another thing is that it was unclear that this, I should have said mixed reality actually, but it was unclear that it was a headset, virtual mixed experience until later. We started with the in-person storyline. You saw us in the park, you saw the student and the typodont dealer. And then only later you saw that, okay, it's a virtual simulation. It could have been nice to show that a little bit earlier. And then lastly, the verbal script. There were a couple awkward points where we stumbled over our speech a little bit, some errors. The product voiceover, for example, could have been a bit more captivating. So just a couple examples.
One thing that I want to add here, it's one idea that when you said regarding the bad shots, it came into my mind, and it was that maybe you don't want to just throw all of the footage and do nothing with it, like the footage that is bad. You can do like a bloopers video, basically, that you can post on socials. And again, show your work. Just show your work, post a bloopers video. This is what went bad. This is not the final thing. This is just like some bloopers, some funny things that you can share with the audience, with XRCC like participants, and just laugh and see, okay, so this was bad. I mean, these were the bad shots, but we just made it, and we just created the super final, super fine touch, super good output, basically.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good idea. So tag us, as we said earlier, Immersive Insiders, if you have some bloopers after your trailer as well, and let me know in the chat, or let us know if you want to see some bloopers from these examples.
Yeah, let's have some XRCC bloopers, I would say.
Yeah. And then a couple more bad things. So, we talked about this going into the park. It was getting late. There was this park is really known in Berlin as the drug dealer park, which is funny if you were there. When everyone was there in Berlin at XRCC, the venue was literally right next to this park. So it did kind of fit the tone, I suppose. But at the same time, we're talking about a dental drilling scenario. So, while it did fit the XRCC audience in just the given moment, maybe it could have been better to choose a storyline that was a bit more fitting for this kind of professional situation. I'll let you be the judge. It really depends. But I think also there was a bit of lost potential because the video effects could really enhance the product features a bit more, like it's actually really cool that you can use an MX, Stylix and like do a drilling scenario. So maybe there were some extra overlays we could have done. Again, if we had more time, Flaviu gave some great examples of how you can put some overlays. So just use this as an example and see what you can do with it. Yeah, 3.5 days work. So you have much more time, okay? You're here this month. We started on the 9th of April, and we still have yet to get to our submission date, which is the 30th. So use the time that you have, because if we could do this in 3.5 days, you could definitely produce something amazing as well. So let's get into the fall phase. So just a handful of months ago, we were doing XRCC online. That means not only the qualifier phase, but also the finalist phase were both online. We started with the qualifier phase. We had a couple weeks to work. For us, our team, we worked just over 2 weeks. And that gave us the foot in the door to continue onward, of course, when we ended up getting into the finals. But I want to really point out here that because we were so focused on getting the project up and running, getting the storyline of the project, getting the design of the project, getting the whole team management, because we were a team of 6, all in different time zones, getting like the bugs to be worked out and everything. There was so much to do. So we, let's say, didn't maybe have so much time, or we didn't at least allocate the time to record in person. So what we did is we used AI. Again, this is a tool though. AI is a tool to support you, not necessarily to replace you. So let's go ahead and take a look at what this trailer looks like.
We love Sailor Twift.
Incoming requests.
Okay, seat selected. Oh my gosh, I'm actually doing this.
There's too many. The servers are crashing.
No. What? Failed? Are you kidding me? I had them.
Let's see what you've got.
Welcome to the Server City Control Room.
Yes. Oh, nostalgia. So, you can see the problem, the Sailor Twift. Oh my gosh, Sailor Twift. The Sailor Twift fans were like freaking out, but then there's an error. There's too many requests. And so you can see this AI character, actually a bunch of AI scenes depicting the scene pretty well. Like the text obviously on the laptop screen is like completely wonky. But the character generated was actually not too bad. You had this guy who's putting on the headset, which the headset like is not a real headset. Obviously, it has like little eyes on it. But you enter the game, and then this is where we filmed the footage from within the game itself. And this does a good job of telling you the steps of what you need to do to play this game. The text is in the middle, so that makes it a little harder to read. But in any case, it's pretty stable. It shows the tools properly. So it gives you a feel of the characters. These are the Sailor Twift fans, and learn technical concepts with mixed reality plus the end screen. So I think it has, honestly, the main components that you need to have. And I think you could probably spot a quality difference from the editing and the scene changes, perhaps compared to the June version, again, just because we simply had more time. So let's break down the good and the bad. Again, the good, I think there's a very clear storyline, okay? You want to buy a ticket. The server crashes. Must fix. Wear the headset. Play the game. Save the day, okay? So it's very clear what's going on. Again, you have the human emotion. So there's excitement. All the Sailor Twift fans want to buy the concert tickets. And then there's surprise. Oh no, it doesn't work. And then there's panic. What's going on? And then there's motivation. Like, okay, let's fix it. You're a software engineer and you're trying to learn technical skills and you want to fix this server problem. So you get curious, then you learn, and then you win the game, and then like, yay, so it makes you feel something. We also had, I think, pretty good audio effects. So at the beginning, there was the AI footage. There was some different like sound effects. You had the voices of the characters. You had some music, so there was something to like keep the excitement. And then again, the editing, because we had a bit more time. As you also have time, okay, there's 3 weeks total, you have some time to make these edits and make sure that there's always new things to look at so that the eye is always captured. A couple other things, we demonstrated the product value. That is that you learn technical skills through play. I think that was quite clear. Whatever you're building, you want to make sure that the value of the product is really clearly demonstrated. We also show you how to play. I mean, for us, we made a game. You might not be making a game, and that's fine. You'll find your own example. But show the steps of, how would I imagine this thing to actually work? So we laid out the steps clearly. The viewers know what it is. You take the tools and you put them on the board and stuff like that. We had quality, I think, pretty quality point of view shots. So, when you're wearing the headset, things were pretty stable, I would say. Quite clear. The colors were showing up well. Like nothing was, again, this like vomit, like shaking kind of thing. It wasn't like that. And then at the end, you saw a very final conclusion. We showed, you don't have to show like the hardware or something, like that's all optional, but just something that makes you feel like, okay, there's a conclusion to this. There's a clear ending. And for us, it was coming soon. Like we want you to get excited that the game will actually be launched. Okay, so a few of the bad points. As I mentioned, there was a lot of AI slop. I think it wasn't like too terrible, honestly. Like it did the job. It got us into the finals. It told the story. So it basically did what it was supposed to. But, like if we had the time, and of course it's something we approved on later, there was some wonky text. The headset, again, it had like eyeballs. Like what kind of headset is that? It just kind of didn't feel so natural. So definitely something to be improved on. It took a bit too long to see the game, and that was actually the problem from the first trailer as well. It was just the storyline footage, and then only later the point of view from the headset came.
Yeah, but what I want to say with that, with the AI slop, I mean, this was early November, which like the speed of how AI is evolving right now, it's crazy. I mean, right now you can have like much better shots. You can have like a super nice scene setting, like super nice B-roll using like this AI. So I would say if you take your time, if you invest time into doing that, you will have like much better shots than like last year November, because AI is improving like each and every day. You see that new things appear, like new improvements, so on and so on, I would say.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Even in June, we were looking at some AI footage, and it was total crap. And that's why you didn't really see any of that in the first trailer. This trailer had it because the AI was better, but yeah, definitely now AI is like way better. So use it as a tool, like it didn't look maybe so great in the trailer, but it did the job. But if you can use it in a better way to better communicate the use case that you're building for, then yeah, definitely make use of it. For us, in this particular example, the header text was too fast. So like, we had this text like, grab the tool from the toolbox. It was like, and then it just went away, right? So whatever text you may have in your trailer, make sure it's there long enough so people actually can see it, they can read it, they can understand it. Because if you have too many things changing around, it's there and then it's not there, then that's causing cognitive overload, and you don't want to stress your viewer out. You want them to feel comfortable that they know what's going on. Also, you saw a bunch of characters at the beginning. So, there was the Twifty fan. She was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, freaking out. You saw the software engineer putting on the headset. But then once we got to the point of view footage, like they were never to be seen again. So, just little inconsistencies like that could have been fixed. So then the finals, we got the announcement that we made it into the final round. So then we had 5 more days to polish our current project. And at the end of the judging period, that resulted in a win. And I think we made some good improvements from the previous version. So I want to go ahead and show you that.
I'm so excited to go to her concert. Oh my god.
Swifties. Incoming requests. 3, 2, 1, fire! Oh no, too many requests. Overloading.
I want my ticket.
The Swifties crashed the server.
I want my ticket now.
Nice. So that was the winter trailer. You know, you see the real footage, there's so much excitement and, you know, like really setting off, you know, we talked about the first couple seconds being super important. We don't make you wait at all. You get the action immediately. We show you the game a little bit earlier, so you get these little previews and then, you know, full on crash out. We use sound effects like pew, 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 you know, all these bomb dropping sounds and everything. And then we change the perspective to the headset again. Quick robot character with AI, but otherwise we minimize the AI a lot. We go into the point of view footage, but then still mix it with, you know, the character wearing the headset. And then we have the text. You can see that it's no longer in the middle, it's up at top. We changed the font so that it matched the in-game font. The game itself has also been improved. The server is smiling. Yay, happy, happy. You know, like we have a happy end, learn technical concepts through mixed reality, and again, the end screen. So I think it captures the same vibe of the first one, but just better, basically. So let's talk about the good and the bad. Well, actually, I wanted to break this down a little bit. So this is something you can review in the recording as well. But kind of like we did with the professional trailers, let's say, you know, we broke down the components of what is going on here. What are the, how did we edit this? You know, how did we do the scene changes? Like, what are these components? I actually broke that down as well. So, you know, we have, again, the immediate emotion. Then we have a little bit of gameplay. Oh, just for a second. And then back to the storyline, right? Then there's a panic moment. So there's the epic problem. You're, again, getting a little, more panic just for the vibe, but a little more gameplay peak and the point of view change and saving the day. You get to know the guided steps and the actions. So yeah, there's really a lot going on here, like the goal of the game, the close-ups, the panning around within the game, the different components like the orbs, the server, the screen, the little robot character, you know, the character inside, like, yeah, so relief, joy, the outro, like everything is there. I just want to emphasize again, your experience might look much different. It might not be a game. It might not be mixed reality. It might not be like, this is ed tech. Like, whatever you have, just the point here is not so much you need these exact components. The point is more that there should be variation. There should be some changes to keep it exciting. You don't want one long frame of just the same angle. You want to mix it up a bit because 60 seconds is not a lot, but it actually is a lot if you use it properly. So what is the good? I would say it's the same as the last version, but also AI slop replace. We talked about that. There's actual humans there now, which feels a little bit more natural. Again, Flaviu mentioned AI is like much better now. So it depends how you use it, but you want something that feels natural. I would say this one turned out to be almost cinematic, you know, especially like the freak out, everything. So the emotions have gone to like another epic level. The shots were like fast paced. They were pretty clear. I actually, if you don't have, you know, like stuff you can try to borrow it. Like, I literally had to borrow a camera, a microphone, a headset. I didn't have any of that stuff. I just went to go find it. So that really made the quality go up. The point of view game preview, again, we highlighted that a little bit earlier then, so you don't have to wait too long to see what is the actual freaking product. And then we put some additional sound effects and music because, as Flaviu said, the audio can very well be just as important as the actual visuals. So, all those pew, pew, noises and everything, like, it really provides that emotional feel.
Regarding the AI slop replaced, I'm using the AI like a tool. I will now reference to one thing that Dinesh always says is that, like, if you want to, for example, I will give another example because he has one of this like hammer example. Like if you need a hammer to do a couple of things and you don't like use your hand. But I will give an example regarding if you want to paint something, you just don't paint with your like finger. You just take a paintbrush and just paint with that. So you use a tool, the same like AI. You just like take AI and just like use it as a tool. Like it doesn't mean that you need to generate the entire trailer or something like that with AI, but use it like a paintbrush for painting, like I don't know, a super nice trailer in codes. So yeah, just use it as a tool, basically.
Yeah, fully agreed. A couple other good things, we changed and adjusted some of the inconsistencies. So now, little details can make a difference. If you have time to like polish it like this, spend the time to do it, because we had the robot bite was actually smiling instead of like grumpy, and we aligned the fonts, the text was actually legible. The characters were consistent, so you saw them at the beginning, but then you also kind of saw them like in the middle and then at the end as well. So the point is not like you have to have characters, they have to be there beginning, middle, and end precisely. It's more about providing a cohesive story that feels natural, that feels like it's going to give you something. Like, we want a conclusion at the end, we want this to align with the whole story. So we also had better product info. So like in this game, we clearly showed what the game conditions are to win. That was not only a trailer improvement, that was also a project improvement itself. But yeah, improved edits overall, I think, was the good stuff. And the bad, okay? So I have some thoughts about what I would improve if there were even more time, some things that, as our team and I were like editing and finalizing this and everything, we thought, oh, that still could be fixed, but we were pretty satisfied with it. But we want you to grill us in the chat, and not only think to yourself about what you would improve about this trailer, but how does that translate to the learnings that you're going to make for your trailer? What do you want to make sure to implement from this and even build upon? And that pretty much concludes it, right, Flaviu? How are you feeling?
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to us for, I don't know, like 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so this was like a long workshop. And yeah, I think we can answer to some questions, I would say. So we have a Q&A session, basically. You can ask the questions that you want in the chat. We will just highlight all of the questions. Yeah, let us know how this was. And yeah, how do you feel about it? Are you excited to build a trailer?
I'm so curious what these final trailers are going to look like.
Trailer feedback. I would love trailer feedback if that is possible. Yeah, as Angela said. I mean, Angela, you can tell them regarding the trailer roasting session.
We're excited because Dinesh is going to roast the trailer, kind of like with the ideas. So, if you go in your portal and the ideas tab, there is like feedback provided there for your ideas and stuff. And we want to do something similar for the overall packaging and your overall project submission. So yeah, we'd love to roast it. We say roast, we're still nice, but it is upcoming. We don't have the date set exactly yet, but it will be Dinesh as well as some others from the judging panel and the sponsors, which means you're getting extra eyeballs from the industry, which is really useful. So yeah, we'll announce that as soon as possible, but you can definitely get some feedback.
How long should they be? 60 seconds. As we mentioned, 60 seconds is the maximum length. I mean, you saw that you can show a ton of things in like 28 seconds with that VR for Ninja trailer. So, I mean, you can show a ton of things in like 30 seconds, basically.
Yeah, like some people actually, I remember from previous times, like some people didn't even do the full 60 seconds. It's maximum 60 seconds. You don't have to use all of the 60 seconds. I recommend you do, just because, you have more opportunity to storytell and use the different shots and the edits and stuff like that. So I would personally make use of that, but it can be less as well. The point is that if you feel pressured, if you think, oh my gosh, how am I going to communicate my story in such little time? I promise you can definitely do it.
Yeah, definitely. Is there a difference between the trailer and the promo video? So the promo video, you mean the video that you are posting on socials? I think that's what you mean, the promo video, or what? Like, if you can like follow up with a new comment. Angela, what do you think about it? Like the promo video?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either, but just as general advice, kind of going on into what we said earlier, always promote on social media, show your work, right? That could be like super unfancy. It could be like a 10-second clip. It could just be the problem. If you go back to my lecture in marketing and project management, I do give some social examples there of video clips that we've used to kind of promote the project before the trailer was actually released. But the trailer is your main promo. The trailer is the main thing that's going to be judged, the 25% with the packaging, the main thing that is seen first, and the main thing that determines whether somebody wants to try your project. Like if you're thinking about this being a product on the actual market, that's the thing that the potential users will see to determine, do I want this or not? Am I going to buy it or not? Am I going to spend time on it or not?
I meant, is the trailer the complete presentation of our pitch? Regarding the pitch, I think you are referring also like to the app that you built, basically, maybe, if I'm not wrong. So you are asking if also the app will be tried by the judges, if I'm not wrong, because the complete presentation of the pitch.
I'm wondering because, okay, so we have people, we have a lot of people at XRCC right now coming from all different backgrounds. Some people have done different hackathons. Some people, are new to hackathons. And at a lot of hackathons, you do a like kind of a pitch or a presentation where you have like slideshows and stuff like that. You get up on the stage and you say, okay, this is the project that I built. We like don't do that. We're online. We want much more visuals, much more cool stuff. So you don't do a formal presentation or like a pitch in that way. You make your trailer 60 seconds. And the rest of the packaging includes what we mentioned in our lecture, the thumbnail, the description of what the project is, these kinds of things. So you don't have to do like a separate pitch or something like that.
I mean, if you want to, I think you can just include it in the Notion page, basically, if you want to do it, a presentation or something like that, basically. Cool. So I think we will take, I don't know, couple of more questions. If you have more questions, basically you can just like write them in the chat. We have 5 more minutes, I would say, and then we will end this. Great inspo for the trailers, by the way, Angela and Flaviu, thank you. we are super happy that we could help, and yeah, I mean, if you got the knowledge from this trailer workshop, just share it with your friends, with other participants. You can just post it. This will be saved on YouTube, so don't worry about it. You will have the full recording if you go on our channel, Immersive Insiders. If you go into the live tab, you will have the full recording, basically. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that was it, I would say. Some final words that I wanted to say is that, again, You will hate me. Show your work. But I think that's the whole point, because with this hackathon, you can't imagine like how many opportunities there are. And yeah, I mean, you just like benefit from all of these things if you are sharing your work. Okay, we have one question. Should we show any video screening from the app itself inside the trailer, or we can depend on the trailer to show? So one second. Okay, so should we show any video screening from the app itself inside the trailer, or we can depend on the trailer to show the idea if the app will take time to be finished? Okay, I would say something like that. So you also can, as I said, you can use AI or all of this like After Effects software like Blender to add some features to your existing app. The features that you will maybe build, like you have time to build these features. I don't know how many days it's 24 right now, so you have a couple more days to just build all of these features. And but you can also start working on the trailer right now. So what I said is that you can start implementing all of these features in maybe After Effects and also like build them in your app. So you can like work on both things at the same time. So you are not just waiting till the last day to build a trailer. You can already start like working on all of these things. And if you want to add some things but you don't have time to do it, you can just maybe like add all of these things using After Effects and all of these like 3D softwares, but don't add only AI features that you won't build and you just want to like flex with a lot of things that your app will have, but you will not do it, basically. I think that's my answer regarding that.
Yeah, good answer. I would agree. You know, to find your middle ground. Like, don't oversell yourself and add all of these, you know, After Effects and AI things that will never exist in your project. That's just not realistic. Your trailer should have a fair representation of what your project will actually be, you know, doing. But at the same time, like Flaviu said, you don't need to wait to start the trailer. Actually, I think it's a good thing to start now that you know like what the important things are, because the trailer is 25%. It's quite a lot. So, you know, you definitely want to invest some good time into it. And you can just work little by little. You still have, I don't know, like what, 6 days? Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, don't present a super luxurious thing, but you have like a super unpolished thing as like an app, basically. So just find the middle ground, like Angela like showed you with her trailer. Basically find something in the middle, and you can present that. Again, another question: how much can the trailer differ from the demo product developed during the hackathon itself as a proof of concept build? Super good question. Angela, I think you can answer to this one because you were a participant, and you like how much AI you used in terms of percentage or something like that, if you give like an approximate thing, and how much can the trailer differ from the demo product, basically?
I mean, for us, we kind of separate, like the AI stuff that we used was more for the storyline and more to show characters and like the theatrics of, you know, we had this little robot character that was inside a server room and there were all these ticket requests coming that we represented in the orbs. And that's just something that you couldn't really like very easily go out in the world and like replicate, you know, I'd have to like, I don't know, buy a freaking robot and then like throw all these balls or whatever. So that just was much better done in with AI in terms of the characters, you know, like we ended up, you know, actually filming that. But like the product, the game itself, us personally, of course, everyone's different with their projects. We didn't use effects for that. So everything that you saw in the in-game point of view was like literally a recording of what our game looked like. Maybe in the, like if we had more time or we did things a little differently, we could have put some overlay on top of the game. Like we could have done some editing video effects where, I don't know, let's say the Sailor Tift fans were dancing around, or, you know, there were flames or something like that. Like we could have added more for the effect of, you know, what does this game bring? But I wouldn't recommend like completely recreating your experience and completely selling features that will never exist. Like, don't make it fake, you know, like we talked again about AI is a tool or After Effects is a tool. It's supposed to just enhance what you're already doing, but not replace it.
I would also come back to what I said with the trailer that I did with the VR Fruit Ninja. I mean, you saw that the first trailer, I mean, we didn't change the app for doing the second version. It was the same like game, basically. It was the same game, but presented different. And that's, I think, what you need to think about when you are saying, okay, how the trailer can differ from the demo product. I mean, you don't need to create something that, I mean, you can add some features that you don't have time to build, but don't build everything with AI or something like that. You can just like present it from a different angle. Don't do the first version that I showed you with raw, unedited, like nothing added thing, like nothing added in the trailer, but do the second version, because the first game was the same as the second game, but just the angle was different. How we presented the shots, they were different, basically. You don't need to just fake it all or something like that. Again, use AI like a hammer or like a paintbrush. Don't use it like the whole thing, basically. Should all the team members be able to see their team in the dashboard? One of the team members register with a fault email, later ask for edit, but until now I can't see the team. I think this is like a more organization question. Maybe you can send an email or something like that. So
yeah, I think Discord Q&A would be the best place to send that. So yeah, for anyone that has more organizational questions, especially because we're coming to the last few days of the hackathon, I'm sure there's probably going to be some questions about submission and stuff like that, or, you know, where can I get the roasting session or whatever else. So hit us up on Discord about that kind of stuff. We'd be happy to answer you there.
And you can find all of the things to the portal, the magic word that Angela. Yeah, you can go to the portal and you can find like everything there. If you want to just contact us, you also have the email there, basically. So you can find everything to the portal, the magic word.
Or if you want to rewatch this video while you're making your trailer. So yes,
definitely.
Very good luck building this. We're really excited for you. This is like the most fun part, where you present what you've been working so hard on, this project, and you get to package it in a beautiful way and have everyone see it and everyone get excited about it. So share your work and have a good time.
Yeah, and I will say that's it from now. Just like happy building, happy editing. We are super excited to see your final like projects and like trailers and the whole package, basically. We will be super excited to see you sharing your process on social media, on LinkedIn, by tagging us, Immersive Insiders, #XRCC or something like that. And again, show your work. If there's one thing that you want to do and you want to like remind yourself every day about like this hackathon, like just show your work, improve it, like BTY, like be better than yesterday. This is some like a core value that we have basically in the company, like better than yesterday, like BTY. Make it like 1% better, because it's amazing like how much you can get, how much improvement you can get in like, I don't know, 5 days if you are just like focused on the trailer, getting feedback, so on and so on. So yeah. Again, thank you everyone for joining this session. I hope it was helpful for you. We want to hear your thoughts. I will be super happy to watch your trailers and to see all of the tags on LinkedIn and on all of the platforms. And yeah, thank you a lot.
Thank you, and go ahead and join us for the quick snack lounge directly after this. I'll be posting it right now in the announcement channel. You can come hang out and just socialize for a little bit and get to meet other teammates from other projects. So see you at the snack lounge in just a second, and thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, guys. Bye-bye.